You're selling your houses. You say you don't want any material possessions, and I've been seeing all that, and I've been really excited to talk to you about this.
I think possessions kind of weigh you down. They're kind of an attack vector. You know, people say, "Hey, billionaire, you got all this stuff." Like, well, now I don't have stuff. Now what are you gonna do?
How do I sign up to test out your neural net program?
Well, you just put this USB-C port in your head, and and then don't worry.
I'm in.
It'll be fine.
Where do you sleep tonight?
Tonight's in the factory.
In the factory, not in a hotel.
Well, technically in a conference room in the factory, but yeah.
You sleep in a conference room in the not finished factory tonight.
Yeah, it gives me a good feel for what's going on.
Alone or?
Yeah, I assume so. Is this an invitation? Yeah.
Why don't you have Solar City providing your electricity?
This is a little sad. The reason we don't have solar power right now is that Tesla is not yet a good enough credit. I know this sounds...
What is this? The largest rocket, the largest building? I mean...
Well, I mean, I think it's not scale for scale's sake. It's just like if you say, well, we want to accomplish these goals, then you kind of have to make a big thing.
Think there is other intelligent life outside the Earth?
It seems probable, but I think this is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, is where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. Not true. The boost stage, which is about 70% of the cost of the rocket. So
Which cost is that? How much is that?
well, I mean, it's sort of on the order of $30 to $35 million.
Right, so you want to save that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, when I tell my team, it's like, imagine there was a pallet of cash that was plummeting through the atmosphere, and it was going to burn up and smash into tiny pieces. Would you try to save it?
Right.
Probably yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Crazy car to have as a daily driver, particularly on the 405.
So, but I understand when you got it,
yeah.
You're driving down 280, and you wrecked it.
No, well...
And let me just tell the story, and then you can correct it. Because the story's great, and I hope it's true.
Yeah, let's see if the story that you tell is actually, how that compares to the reality, because the reality is pretty messed up.
So, hopefully the reality's better. So you wrecked the car, you get out of the car, you're doubling over with laughter, and the person with you said, "Why are you laughing that you just wrecked this car?" And you said, "No, you don't know the funny part. It wasn't insured."
Well, the punchline's correct. In terms of production, the thing that's going to be the major challenge for us over the next 6 to 9 months is how do we build a huge number of cars. And frankly, we're going to be in production hell. Welcome to production hell.
I think Mars should really have great bars. The Mars bar.
Tax things that are most likely to be bad rather than, like that's why we tax cigarettes and alcohol. Because those are probably bad for you. Certainly cigarettes are. And it's really just the cost of building the tunnels. But really, a tunnel's a hole in the ground. Like, how hard can it really be?
We saw the movie. We saw what happened. He got back.
Yeah. So it was good. I actually enjoyed the movie. So.
Do you think he could have gotten back like that? Was that plausible?
Well, I thought there was some connection. It was like 80% scientifically correct.
Okay.
But there did connect a series of improbable events.
Such as?
Well, I mean, I don't think you can sort of just take off from Mars on an unguided rocket, really, and then prick your finger on the spacesuit and navigate to a spaceship. Right? Yeah. Not impossible, just extremely unlikely.
Watch my jokes here. Not everyone gets irony. Must remember.
I tried learning the violin.
Yeah.
That's, by the way, a hard thing to learn.
Yeah. I mean, launching rockets, electric cars,
Yeah.
revolutionizing transportation. Yeah, that's
I cannot play the violin at all. Very horrible. Do you want to see the car? Yeah! Well, We don't have it for you tonight. I'm just kidding, of course. It's April Fool's somewhere. All right, let's bring him out.
Finally, you're obviously a very competitive person. You're competing with the likes of Jeff Bezos in...
Jeff who?
So, siamo qui con Elon Musk.
Visitate Firenze.
Great.
Going back to Mars, what kind of government do you envision for the first Martian colony?
So we have to be careful
and what's your title?
Yeah, exactly. Emperor or God Emperor? I don't know. It might be too much. I don't know. If you watch my jokes here, not everyone gets irony. You know, must remember.
People are nervous and they're worried. You are aware of that. So knowing that, why would you do an April Fool's joke that you did?
Oh, because there were all these media articles saying that Tesla's going bankrupt.
Yes.
So I thought, well, I'll just do an April Fool's joke that we did go bankrupt.
But Elon, that's not funny when people are nervous.
I mean, it's April Fool's. People should lighten up. Okay.
I'm curious. This may be an odd question, but one that I find fascinating. As you think here today back to your younger self, is there any advice you wish you could have given your younger self with hindsight, given what you know now?
Well, I mean, I give a lot of advice.
This room is inspired by you. Who are you inspired by?
Well, Kanye West, obviously. That's what you said.
Do we have any colonist volunteers here for Mars?
Actually, not many hands raised, by the way.
If there's ever sort of a apocalyptic scenario of some kind, hypothetically, you just press the bioweapon defense mode button. This is a real button.
There have been 3 flights so far, and each one has obviously the goal is to get into orbit. Each one has sort of not made it. How did you deal with the...
Well, we got to space.
Okay, you got to space, but it didn't... You didn't get where you wanted to go.
Not all the way.
Sorry.
Well, you know,
but
you don't necessarily go all the way on the first few dates.
SpaceX has
the actual biggest failure that you've gone through to get to where you are.
Question. I mean, we blew up 3 rockets on the beginning.
The free market. I don't mean to have it in black and white. It's like it's not so long ago. They didn't even have color cameras back then. It was 2010.
And we're funding the company for merchandise sales. So thank you for anyone who's bought our flamethrower. You will not be sorry, or maybe you will. It won't be boring.
The plane thing is not a good idea in my view. The plane, and the reason I think is, intuitively it seems like a plane should work, but actually if you consider that really every mode of transport has a design that is appropriate to its medium. And if you're in space, wings are not very useful because there's no air. And then if you want to go somewhere other than Earth, there's also no runways. So these are important considerations.
Sorry? Oh, you mean my kid? That sounds like a password. Yeah, he's great.
Oh my god, dude. So fucking dead.
Jesus.
So
wait, is that a
dead.
real picture?
I think that's a real photo of a deer that probably jumped into a pool and then just fucking thrashed around and drowned. So that's
Jeez, is that true?
That's delightful.
What is that actually? That actually happened?
Of course it happened. I think this is a reflection of how just.
Oh my god!
You sleep in a conference room in the not finished factory tonight.
Yeah, it gives me a good feel for what's going on.
Alone or?
Yeah, I assume so. Is this an invitation?